Out of all the characters in Kingdom Hearts, Namine is simultaneously the most discussed character, while at the same time being constantly ignored by mainstream audiences. People get so caught up talking about how she exists and what her vague powers can do, they forget to mention just how sad her childhood was. If everything we've been told is true, Namine is only alive for a week before she makes the biggest mistake of her life, an action she was forced to take that dictates her entire existence, a sin that has filled her with guilt for almost every day of her life. Title card, Namine, gaslighting, gatekeeping, girl boss. A long time ago, back in the early 2000s, Sora and Kairi hugged. This hug was so powerful that it turned Sora's heart from a little creature covered in darkness into a person again. This had never really happened before. Kairi was a princess of heart, and when she risked everything to protect Sora, the light in her heart was so bright, it removed all the darkness that had taken over Sora. In this moment, something strange happened. Something that has been discussed for many years. Namine was born. In the complicated lore of Kingdom Hearts, nobodies can be confusing. Not because they're complicated, but because we learn about them from unreliable narrators. When a person's body is destroyed by darkness, sometimes their will, their very soul, is so strong, it creates a new body, and they return from the dead. They become a walking, talking body with no heart, an empty vessel. When Sora stabbed himself in Kingdom Hearts 1, his body was destroyed, and part of his will fought back and came back to life with the help of Ventus. This nobody was called Roxas. But not long after, when Kairi and Sora hugged, somehow, in all that chaos, Kairi was simultaneously destroyed and not destroyed. Somehow, against the very laws of physics, energy was created from nothing, and Namine was born. Now, some people argue that Namine might not even be a nobody, that her existence makes absolutely no sense, and that in Kingdom Hearts 45, in the year 21,272, they will finally explain how she was actually created, and that she's some kind of sleeper agent or secret experiment. Maybe she was the mysterious Subject X we keep hearing about. Maybe she's the ancient foreteller, Kingdom Hearts Jesus, Ava, who knows? But let's look beyond this distraction. Let's try not to fall into the trap that is speculation. And let's just assume she's a magic copy of Kairi. Regardless of what she is, she's a person, and her name is Namine. She was found by the organization confused and disoriented. And immediately, she was lied to. They told her that she was a witch, an anomaly, that she was nothing but a tool, an empty, useless puppet that they could manipulate. They told her this as soon as she woke up. Before she could even speak or walk, they gave her paper and colored pencils and told her to draw. She had become the Disney princess of gaslighting, being gatekept in the mystical Castle Oblivion. But what they didn't know is that Namine is a goddamn girl boss. So she drew memories that weren't hers. But more than that, she could see how these random drawings, these memories captured in time, were linked together. Namine wasn't alive for very long before we saw her. In fact, if she was created when Sora and Kairi hugged, it's only been a few days before she meets Sora. And if Namine really is Kairi's nobody, then she remembers everything Kairi remembers. Despite what people want you to believe, most nobodies remember their past lives. Some of them have foggy memories, but that's only because they lost their memories before they died. This means that Namine not only has all of Kairi's memories, but because of her weird memory powers, she might even remember all the stuff Kairi has forgotten. All the stuff we haven't been told yet. Namine seems to know everything. So for days, she was drawing Sora's memories and searching through her own, watching the events of the previous game unfold over and over. She was effectively a Kingdom Hearts fangirl, drawing fan art and trying to understand how they all felt deep down inside, shipping all the boys and ignoring all the girls, trying to understand just how all this heartless and nobody stuff works. That's until Marluxia and Larxene arrived. The two of them were bitter. They didn't have Keyblades anymore. Their memories were foggy, and they wanted power. They wanted to stop Xemnas and rule the organization without him. They wanted to feel again. Larxene wanted to go home, but her home didn't exist anymore. And Marluxia wanted to find his sister, but he could barely remember her. Neither of them could really remember who they were. So Marluxia began to have an idea. If this girl really was tapping into Sora's memories, could she change them? Could she manipulate Sora to join their side? So Namine was forced to try. She entered Sora's mind like a J-horror villain, like the girl from The Ring Samara, drawing his childhood memories and finding the chains that link them together. Then Marluxia commanded her, replace Kairi. She drew herself next to Kairi and the others. The more memories she drew, the more Sora began to forget everything. But not just Sora. Everyone connected to him was forgetting too. He could remember Namine now, but not her name. Namine began to cover Kairi with herself. She didn't want to do this, but with all these older people ordering her around and gaslighting her, what else was she supposed to do? She was literally born yesterday. She was terrified, confused, and deep down, she really wanted to be one of the Destiny gang. She wanted to be real. She was nothing but an OC, an original DeviantArt-ass character. She wanted to be canon, damn it! As Sora began to forget, he was getting closer and closer to the top floor of the castle, and Riku was climbing up from the basement. Vexen began to copy Riku's memories into data, and he created Repliku, a perfect copy of Riku. He had his own identity, and he thought he was better than Riku. He didn't have all the emotional baggage that Riku was holding back. Namine was drawing out more and more of Sora's memories. As she drew more pictures, she would sever the chains that connected them, and Sora began to forget these memories. No matter how many times they threw Replica at Sora, it didn't slow him down. So the traitors of the organization had a plan, a terrible, evil plan. They grabbed Replica, and they took away his identity. They forced Namine to create a false memory, to reach inside his mind and find a memory that he and Sora shared, and alter it.
But look on the bright side. Along with everything else in your head, Namine will erase the memory of me knocking you flat. Instead, she will implant the loveliest little memories you could ever hope for. It's no big deal that they're all lies.
No. No!
One night during a meteor shower, Kairi arrived on the island scared and alone. She had teleported in using the life pod. Xehanort had sent her there. It's not clear how these events transpired, but it seems like from context clues, Sora promised to protect someone. It might have been Kairi, it probably was Kairi, but Riku also has the memory. Maybe Vexen copied the memory and turned it into data, plugged it into Replica, and that's why he has a memory that Riku shouldn't have. Some people believe that maybe Riku was there. It's hard to say, but she changed this memory, and we can never really know exactly what happened that night until the games actually show us. We can only infer and argue and question what happened that night. Namine made it so that she's the one they promised to protect. Suddenly, both Sora and Riku forgot all about Kairi, like most of the fan base. They only cared about saving Namine, and some shippers say they love her now. Namine was devastated at what she had done. According to every straight bro in my comments, shipping is a cardinal sin that should be mocked and weeded out. It should never be mentioned in any lore video. That's not allowed. So Larxene mocked her, tried to make her think that this is all exactly what she wanted. Namine wanted to be the real Kairi, and now she was the real Kairi. If Namine is the Disney princess of gaslighting, Larxene is the evil stepsister of gaslighting, the queen of making little girls cry. She grabbed Replica and threw him to the side the second he wasn't useful, and everything was almost lost. Namine had single-handedly turned Sora into her puppet and stole a robot's identity, and she never wanted any of this. But just when everything seemed lost, Axel helped her. He was playing both sides, and he felt bad for her. She reminded him of the kids he was watching back home. He told her that she better make it count, and he let her out. He set her free. She ran to go help Sora. She helped Replica remember the truth, and Sora and Replica defeated the organization. The only problem was, Axel used Replica to his own means. He convinced him to kill Zexion, so that he could be the real Riku. Namine couldn't stop any of this from happening. Sora destroyed Larxene and Marluxia, and Riku was forced to destroy Replica in self-defense. Namine was free, but at what cost? Her story was far from over. She had made so many mistakes, ruined so many lives, gaslight the entire cosmos into forgetting Sora ever existed. And she ruined the life of Replica before he saw his first sunrise. She had made so many mistakes. But from now on, she was gonna fix everything. Namine is a fascinating character that is either shrouded in mystery or so simple that we all think there's more going on when really she's basic. She was born from self-sacrifice, and she was only a few days old when she destroyed Sora's mind. And she did it all because she was afraid. She is the quintessential princess locked in a castle. But instead of just sitting there waiting for some prince to save her, she was altering the prince's mind against her will, so he would become her thrall and kill everyone for her masters. Namine is incredible, and if she wasn't locked away in a game that many people hate, she would be more widely understood and loved by the general audiences. Personally, I love Chain of Memories. It's my favorite. I love the card game stuff. I love the roguelike stuff. I like how simple it is, how fun it is, how much you can break it. But I get it, cards are dumb. Next time, I'm going to explain the year she took trying to stitch Sora back together, and how she and Riku redeemed themselves together. So anyway, I'm Aloney the Bard, and that's what Namine did in Chain of Memories. Thanks for listening. Bye. Whew, man, I like this video. I made a really old video a while back where I talked about an old Tumblr theory, the meteor shower theory, the truth about the crown. And when I made that video, I tried to explain the mental gymnastics that a lot of us went through to try to make this story even gayer. And I don't really know how I feel about it. Maybe I should remake that video. I've been making these videos for a very long time, and I can't believe that I've only ever really made one Namine video before. That's kind of nuts. It's a huge oversight. Anyway, if you liked this video, maybe check out that meteor shower video or this video about Namine. I'll see you loners later. Bye.